Louisiana Beer Reviews looks at Dinkelacker Oktoberfest beer Marzen. Now, there's a little bit of a controversy with this beer. There is a Marzen beer they produce in Germany, and I saw a few video reviews for that, but I'm not sure if it's the same as this one here, which possibly is produced only for the export market, because they don't show this design on their website. The importer, which is S&H Independent Premium Brands of Denver, Colorado, is showing that it's only available in kegs. Well, obviously this is not a keg. I did have it on draft last week at Oktoberfest at Deutsches Haus, New Orleans Deutsches Haus, and it was very good on draft. I'd never had the can. I bought this at Dorgnax in Metairie, Louisiana. Had never seen it before out here. There's 17 reviews on Beer Advocate, and they're saying it's good. Rate Beer has 35 reviews, and they're saying like 32 out of 100, 42 out of 100 for the style. So they're not liking it. I have it in this Morgus the Magnificent glass, infamous shaker pint. Well, it's fits the Oktoberfest beer style, Marzen. You know, it's caramel color, quite bubbly, clear. These are early style lagers. I have one book that puts them all in the same class: Oktoberfest beers, Marzens, and Vienna Red lagers. They're saying in the 300 beers to have before you die, they're saying it's basically the same style, amber colored, you know, red oriented beer with the moderate alcohol. Interestingly, they're saying that the Vienna lagers are basically only a Mexican beer these days. They've kind of been evacuated from Vienna, Austria. They don't really sell it much over there, according to that book. And when the Austrians were in control of Mexico in the 1860s, they said Austrians immigrated over there, and they started the Dos Equis Ambar and the Victoria, the oldest beer in Mexico, from 1865 during the Austrian occupation. So Austrian and really French occupation. It was the French army under Napoleon III and the Austrian Habsburg Maximilian the Emperor. But anyway, here's Dr. Momus Alexander Morgus to greet you. Chopsley is not available. So let's get on with this little bit of a mystery beer. The head is mostly white, but it had a little, when I first poured, a little tan to it, or beige. Doesn't look that unlike I would say Michelob Amberbach, or you know what, even more so, Busch Signature Copper Lager. You know, it's 5.7, just like Busch Signature, and this looks like it. Okay. The aroma is similar to the Busch Signature. It's the toasted malts, maybe brown bread crust, but just like the Signature Copper Lager and really the Negra Modelo and the Dos Equis Ambar and the Victoria, the aroma is not bold, or, you know, it's not bursting out of the glass. It's subtle. But, you know, it's not offensive. It's just not, these are not ultra bold in the aroma. This is not made with any adjunct, whereas the Busch Signature Copper Lager is. But the flavors of, and I believe the Mexican ones are made with adjunct also, but truthfully, it doesn't really taste much different from those that I listed. It's just the bread crust, a little toastiness, a little sweetness, a little caramel, you know, a little bit. You know, that you're probably familiar with the barley malt. If you know what barley tastes like, it's a grain. The hop bitterness is very subdued and And if you've had enough of these kind of beers, you know that's the case. The mouth feels between light and medium, and the finish is pretty crisp. It's easy drinking. It's refreshing here at 8:50 a.m. Yeah, it's these beers. It tastes really the same as the October, the one I had on draft at Oktoberfest. I didn't really notice any difference. I had made a video of that, but there was too much noise. The band was too loud, and I didn't like the way it came out. So I'm just gonna delete. There was no use put. Most of these festival, when I see most people that do reviews from festivals, you can barely hear the person talking. They're like, I'm gonna talk about this, and you hear all this music in the background. They're usually not very good productions. Although they're having a good time at the festival, you don't want to denigrate what they're fun. But my uncle tried it, and I had him on video, and he said, oh yeah, it tastes really good. So I would give it, and like I said, it's not really different from the draft, to what I can tell with my very limited experience with this beer. I'll give it an A-. It's at the lower end of excellent, and that's right in line with the other ones, I think. And so, Les Le Bon Temps Relais, if you get it, buy it and try it, you're probably going to like it. It's not expensive. The 500 milliliter can, 16.9 ounces, I believe it was $1.99 at Dornex. This company is sort of a conglomerate company. Like what I mean is, there were 3 different companies that originated in Stuttgart, and with competition they kind of combined into one company, which is Dinkelacker, named after CD Carl Dinkelacker, and it's Schwaben. So 2 companies, Schwaben Brau and Carl Dinkelacker, combined, and then it was bought out by InBev at one point, but the family bought it back a few years later in the 2000s. Within the last 10 years that occurred. So the buyout and then the rebuy. So yeah, check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. Really good job. And y'all come on down to sunny today, warm in late October, southeastern Louisiana.